about, which is the light bill might need to be in both languages already. And it may be a law already that we have to do that. I don't know, but you pointed it out, and and that may already be a legal issue right there. But I think that is not what we want to message, not what we want to send, is that in order to get the grant, we want to pass this as a policy, but we don't want to be bound by it to do it, which is the right thing to do. And I think that we could pass this as a town policy tonight and work by this. There's nothing in this that I've seen that's a hardship on anybody here or any exorbitant cost or anything involved in this. It's just a matter of doing business in a way which opens the community up for people that don't speak the language or are not competent in English. And I just think that's a good thing to do. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. If this policy is just for this particular grant, then why could it not be worded in the minutes that it is only adopted for this particular grant, and that would give the commissioners time to review it? My other concern is if you need to have multicultural people to do translations, those people are going to have to be reimbursed for their services. You can't expect them not to be reimbursed for services. And so that would become a cost to the town. And I don't think that the 9 pages, no one here has a copy of it and they don't know what's in it. And as members of the town, I think that we should be able to take a look at that and see how it affects the whole community. I agree that there is a time issue, but I think if you look into the logistics and to the legal wording, you can adopt it for this particular grant only, and that would sever the responsibility along with the liability for the town.
Well, I just think that that is not a, I think it's kind of hypocritical. If you're saying that we want to say that we're going to comply just to get the money, but for anything else, we don't want to say that we comply. And wait, ma'am, I'm speaking, and if I don't recognize you, don't speak. So I just think that's hypocritical to say that, and that's my view. Now the board can vote in any way that they want to vote, of course, but to say that we want to limit it just to this grant, that and not accept this as a policy, not even an ordinance at this point, but and find me something in here that's so bad about opening up and allowing people the opportunity to do business or converse in their language. I mean, and you have people to facilitate that in your community. There's nothing bad in there. Yes, sir, Mr. Thompson.
We don't need to make this more than what it is. We need to approve the policy, and my concerns are simply that I would like somebody who understands the whole ramification of it from an expense standpoint and a requirement standpoint to investigate it before I'm comfortable feeling like I can administer it. The intent is not a problem. So it doesn't need to be made into anything more than it is. I think Charlie was ready to make a motion. So
I think he made a motion, and
have you made that
motion?
Seconded
it. It's on the floor, and we're in discussion right now. So if you're ready to vote, you call for a vote?
I sure am.
Okay, so we're gonna, so it will be a policy. That's the way I understand it now. Is that right?
That's how
it's a policy. Correct. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Congratulations, gentlemen. We made progress again. All right. Now, finally, we have in our presence the husband of Miss Rachel Hucks, Commissioner.
No.
right, Mr. Hutch, come forward and make your presentation, sir. And welcome to Scott Lynette. And I like to say that he has been a friend to Scott Lynette. I see him all the time in economic development meetings and so forth. So he,
Thank you. Let me clarify something because Rachel will get extremely upset. I refer to her as my grandmother, but she's not. She is she was married to W.B. Hutch, who was my first cousin.
Oh, okay.
And that's how it is. And, but I am Phil Hutch. First of all, I appreciate the opportunity to speak in front of y'all. I'm Phil Hutch from Roanoke Rapids, and I'm in the insurance business. I'm president of First Carolina Agency. I have two partners, Joey Bright, originally from Roanoke Rapids, lives in Southern Pines there, and Representative Michael Ray, who lives in Gaston. We've been in the insurance business for roughly 16 years and carry all types of life and health policies. I'm the insurance carrier for the North Carolina State Firemen's Association. And when she came in, she kept looking at me. She says, I know him from somewhere. She couldn't place what it was. And I'm also the insurance carrier for the North Carolina Association of Rescue Squads and EMS. So our agency, located in Roanoke Rapids, we do cover the state of North Carolina. We do sell Blue Cross and Blue Shield, United Health, Provident, Genworth, Mutual of Omaha, Aflac, and many other policies because we're independent agents. I am a little bit about myself. I was born and raised in Roanoke Rapids. Done bought my cemetery lots, not planning on using them right yet anytime soon, but I don't plan on going anywhere. I'm just a local Halifax County guy and with deep roots in this county. I am married and have been married to the same woman for 35 years, and I got 3 children and 4 grandchildren, and all of them live here except for my son who's in the Coast Guard. He's in New Orleans. My daughter is my comptroller. I've got some family people that work there with our company. Not planning on going anywhere. We'll stay there. We currently insure a couple of municipalities in the area of the Roanoke Rapids Sanitary District and also the town of Weldon. And I believe, if you didn't remember enough, we went in and wrote the town of Weldon and saved them $83,000, and they were able to cut their property tax 1% based on that. I'm hoping it won't go up $83,000 with the rising cost of insurance, but I wanted to tell you what we do that's maybe it's a little different from some other insurance companies. If we become your agent, first of all, the first thing that we do when we get your renewal, we analyze what it is and why it was an increase and why it may have been a decrease, because out of the 32 I had this month, actually 4 went down. And there's a way you can control that. We also check to see, we review your policy manual, your handbook, or your personnel guidelines to see if that's up to date. We are constantly going to school to be educated on what changes has to be made, whereas you may not be aware of it because the insurance I sell now is different than what I had 16 years ago. Blue Cross had 6 policies, now I have 243,000. So every policy is a little bit different. And we can change something around that would actually make a big savings for the municipality and so it would be a savings for the employee. Once we get your renewal, we look at it to see if there's a possibility that we could write individual policies for the spouse and children, maybe